NRL trainers has been a massive talking point at the moment, and it makes sense. In this video, I'll be talking about last week's game against Penrith Panthers and the Titans, where a Penrith trainer interfered with play. Well, the Titans player was about to take a kick, and he interfered with that by walking across, all the way until last night, from when you guys watched this, where a Cowboys trainer got in the way, stopping the Eels from scoring a try when the game had 13 minutes left and it was 18-18. With that said, I'll be talking in more detail about that, and also what the NRL should do about it, because something clearly needs to change. Let's start off with last week's game between Penrith and the Titans. See, the Titans here, well, they weren't looking good in the first half. They went down 24-0, just for them to come back 26-24, a legendary comeback which would have been remembered for ages. Now the game's remembered because of a Penrith trainer interfering when the Titans player was about to take a kick. See, the Titans were about to take a kick which would have put them in a 4-point lead, causing them to end up winning the game, because Nathan Cleary would have, unless Penrith went and scored a try, Cleary, his 2-point field goal, would have not affected anything. So, right before the Titans player was about to take the kick, the Penrith Panther trainer walked right in front of him, interfering with him, getting him distracted, having to reassess it, and then for him to go on a miss, causing them to go and lose the game. I definitely do think that someone in Penrith, possibly even Ivan, or someone of the high-ups, paid him to do that. Now, there's also a feeling in me where I thought maybe he just did it just because, but I don't know. Either he just did it because he knows, well, he wants the best for his team, some other trainer or coach told him, or even up to Ivan Cleary or someone even higher up said, hey, we'll pay you like a bunch of money for you to do this. I'm sure there's probably some stuff found more about it, but I necessarily don't know too much about it. All I know, it was completely intentional and ridiculous. It should have caused the NRL straight away to make some sort of change, but nothing had happened. Now we jump a week later, literally a few hours ago from recording this, the Eels and the Cowboys, a game I was lucky enough to go to, but wow. It's so ridiculous. It makes me really question about the NRL's rules and stuff, because there needs to be something to be changed. Now, for those who don't know, the Cowboys had it right basically on the para-try line, and they were passing it, and then it was a missed pass. So basically, he passed it, he missed the ball, and then it bounced. It hit the trainer, and then it hit the Cowboys trainer, which just bounced to one of the Cowboys players, and he was able to get it. Ridiculous. I don't understand how the Cowboys trainer is allowed to be basically in play first of all, which is something, okay, I can understand. Other side of the field, in play, alright. But when one team, well, literally basically right next to the players, it's an important bit of the match, and you're just allowed to stand there, causing you to end up blocking Addo-Carr. Well, not necessarily blocking Addo-Carr, but stopping Addo-Carr from picking the ball up and going to score a try because it bounced off you. It's ridiculous. The NRL needs to do something about it. Fines should be given out to trainers or anyone who made this decision intentionally. I do think there was definitely some intentional stuff from the Cowboys trainer here, but I don't think it was necessarily something from more of the higher ups. But seriously, way too close. I think the NRL generally should put a rule in based on certain meters away, if they are allowed to be in the field of play. Because I think certain meters, if they're a long distance away, the teams that are on the opposite side of the field, yeah, I think they should be allowed. But basically, when you're right on top you're basically in the game, it shouldn't be allowed. Now, in the next video, I do plan on to talk about this a bit more. I'm even going to try and DM a bunch of NRL players. I know they're not going to answer, but if I could get one and hear their thoughts, I would love to talk about it with you guys. But anyway, leave your opinions and what you think the rule changes should be, because this is ridiculous. Something needs to be changed at the NRL immediately. So, NRL, do better, fix the rules, and by the way, check out a video which is going to come out either a day later or only a few hours later after you guys watch this, where I talk more in detail about the worst refereeing performance by a referee in recent history, which was also between the Eels and Cowboys game, because I don't know if you saw some of the decisions made by that referee, but it's ridiculous. We also saw after, we could clearly see that the trainer interrupted play just for them to get the ball back, the Cowboys to get the ball back. rules that made no sense, decisions that made no sense, and I'll be raging all about that in a separate video. But leave your thoughts, comments, anything you want to say down below, because from what I'm thinking, this is something the NRL needs to change. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.